Hi guys, welcome to Nerd Bites, and this is going to be my spoiler review for Season 2, Episode 1 of The Last Kingdom. Yes, of course there will be spoilers throughout this entire video, so make sure you watch the episode first. You have been warned. Before we begin, of course, I'm not going to remember everybody's name because there's a lot of names that are, some are difficult to pronounce, some I just can't remember all of them, so if I just say thingamajig or describe them in some way, you'll know who I'm talking about. Also with these batch of reviews, I won't be putting a star rating on each episode, I'll be putting a star rating on the entire season as a whole, so make sure that you catch every episode and I'll give my final verdict at the end on episode 8 for the entire season and what I thought of it. So Last Kingdom's back on the TV screens, and this is what I thought of episode 1, and I thought it was quite a reasonable episode, to be honest. We've got Uthred and two other characters kind of travelling, and he's kind of giving less of a shit at the moment, and whoring and drinking, all this kind of stuff, yet still going towards some kind of goal. I still like the character, I think it's pretty fun. But Uthred is back as well, and he's got more plans coming through for this season. He's got, not only going to take on the Danes, what he's already taken on, he's going to be taking on the Danes all over the country. He's going to be building a full-on army to try and take them on and eradicate them from the UK altogether. Breda and Ragnar are still kind of prisoners of Uthred at the end of the season 1, that's why it happened. And it seems like he's trying to sort of deal out with them or work with them and kind of stuff, because he's basically trying to say the Danes all will die and the Vikings will fall apart and all that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping he kind of makes a deal with them, because obviously we don't want them to die, but you never know, could happen. I really quite like the scene we had where we had, I think there are a bunch of Danes. It's the eye patch dude from the little kid that grew up, and that, him and a bunch of his people and everything. Uthred and all these guys rock up, and then he appears like with a cloak and like a skull. I think it's like a sheep's skull, that's like a mask, and scares them off with some kind of this like fear that they're building up, and he just scares them out of the area and everything, and then they find, I think it's Uthred or Guntred or something like that. This is one thing that's going to struggle, is to be remembering names for all the characters. But the guy that ends up being crowned king near the end of this episode, king of his area kind of thing. So I mean, that's obviously going to be building on through the episodes. A cool new character to come along with everything. After Uthred, or whatever his name is crowned king and everything, word reaches the eye patch dude and his dad again. I can't remember names for the life of me, but it reaches those guys and lets them know, and it figures out that Uthred is part of that group, and obviously they know that from the history and everything, that they're not happy with him, they don't like him. So it's basically his dad just said, I want this guy brought to me and I will torture him and I will give him problems. Like, they even said take his eye if you have to, because obviously he took the eye of the other kid back in the first of season 1. So it's kind of like a good little knock to that. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes. So obviously this seems like it's going to be the main problem here. Obviously we're going to have things building and everything with Uthred and other things going on, but I feel like this confrontation is going to be one of the big ones, because they're hunting down Uthred, and that is a pretty new layer to this character. He's being hunted down. Overall, guys, I think this episode 1 was a good start to the episode. I think I would have wanted a little bit more for the first episode of a season, but we've still got 7 episodes to go. I'm invested into these characters anyway, because I've read some of the books and I've watched season 1 and I really quite enjoy it. So yeah, it was a pretty cool episode to start with. So that's what I thought of season 2, episode 1 of The Last Kingdom. What did you think about it? Let me know down in the comments, or send me an email. You can also find me in the various social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, moviepilot.com. Just type in Nerd Bites anywhere and I'm sure you'll find me. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share my videos, and of course, keep it nerdy.